Hey Downtimers, today we're going to look at what I got for $5 at Walmart. It's the Elite Core. 120 pieces in this one bucket, and it's really hard to beat that. $5 for 120 pieces, and it's 96 figures, and of course the rest are other things like sandbag bunkers and so forth. You'll notice the detail is actually pretty good on these. I was pretty impressed. Hopefully they still have them on clearance, and hopefully they're not sold out just yet. So check your local Walmart if you're interested in these figures, and you should be able to get it for $5 for this bucket, or maybe cheaper. They might be going down the price already. I just got these just a few days ago, and I wanted to go ahead and do a video about it real quick before they sell out. Also, of course, you can get these on eBay. The retail price was $10 for a long time at Walmart. So you can see I'm going through the bucket here, and it has a mech, has a jet, helicopter. The blades on the helicopter actually spin. Again, 96 figures, and then of course you have the vehicles and the different obstacles and terrain pieces you can use. Lots of different poses. I believe it's about 8 different positions or poses, and of course there's 3 colors. There's tan, light green, and a burgundy, I guess. We'll call it red for short. They have 4 of each position. It's kind of a little bit of a G.I. Joe knockoff, I believe, but it's actually pretty decent stuff. And I kind of saw this as kind of a knockoff of G.I. Joe stuff, but it really, I think it kind of stands on its own. Really good detail work on the sculpts in the molds. That you can see the mold lines if you look real close, but man, it's actually pretty decent for especially for the price. Now, a lot of these guys, to me, look kind of futuristic, so I think this could work for modern, even urban warfare. A zombie apocalypse, calling the National Guard kind of thing, right? It could definitely work for futuristic, sci-fi. It kind of reminds me of Starship Troopers, some of the figures. And, something like Aliens. So like an alien invasion, or like a Jurassic Park kind of thing, or any of that stuff. I could totally see these figures working for any of those genres. All sorts of pieces you can put down on the table besides the figures. Lots of different ways you can implement these in your games. I'm not really into military or sci-fi, but I can totally see, one day, maybe even pretty soon, giving these guys a go and trying them out. Some of the figures look like they could even go, like the sniper figure. Looks like it even could fit in World War II maybe. I mean, he doesn't look that futuristic. Has kind of like a safari hat going on, I believe. Some sort of like a jungle hat, maybe a cloth jungle hat. So he could even be like a historical military figure. Gatling gun guys, they look really cool. That could even be futuristic, like Gatling laser gun. And the mech is real cool. And of course, these haven't been painted, so I'm thinking about putting maybe a little camo on them, and using the ones that look like, special forces guys. They look pretty cool. I would paint those all black with maybe a touch of gray. The tan guys, I'd paint those up with a little bit of maybe darker browns. And the jungle guys, the green guys, I'd paint those up with maybe some darker greens and maybe some lighter greens. I think that would work pretty good. So I've already got some ideas about how to paint them, what colors I want to use, and all this stuff. So obviously I'm pretty excited about this this find here. It's a pretty good deal. They're a little bit big. It's 1/32 scale, and you notice the sniper takes almost 3 inches on the table from the tip of his boots to the tip of his gun there. The bases go along with the feet, which is cool. It takes less space on the table, and they do stand up just fine on the table, but they're not very wide. So if you have them on heels and stuff like that, you might need to work with them a little bit. And I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I think it's kind of like a refueling station or a gate bunker, or maybe a combination. But it's pretty neat though. You can put these 3 pieces together in a couple of different ways. I think that's neat. I like the versatility in that. And of course, I guess you could also have them separate as well. And here is one of the scenes. I actually put together 2 scenes for you guys to kind of showcase these guys and get some close-ups with some video and some still shots. and I hope you guys enjoy this. So overall, pretty impressed, very impressed for $5. I think they're worth at least twice that amount. Had I known the detail involved and the fact that there were 96 figures in this, I saw 120 pieces on the bucket months ago, or maybe even about a year or so ago when I first saw these at Walmart. And again, I'm not really that big into military stuff, the toy soldier stuff. But yeah, I noticed that the detail looked fairly good. And I was thinking, well, you know, I might someday, if I ever get into military or sci-fi kind of gaming, I might give these a try. And the 132 isn't too far off from what we usually game with. It's a little bit big, but it's not too far. And I just kind of discounted it because I was thinking a lot of it would be just junk. But then I got it because it was half off and realized 96 figures for $5. It's really hard to beat that, especially with this kind of detail. So in closing, I'd say that the pros are decent quality sculpts, decent quality plastic. You don't have to worry about bent or broken small pieces, such as if you get the little dark green Army men, a lot of times they'll have bent rifles and so forth, and maybe small broken pieces. You don't get that with these guys. It's good quality plastic. And the only cons I can think of is the scale's a little bit big for our gaming, but that's just the type of gaming we do, so not really a con against. I know a lot of people do this particular scale gaming. And the vehicles are not in scale, but they make good backdrop pieces. So that does it for the Core Elite Bucket. If you guys would, please give us a like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about these Core Elite soldiers and what kind of gaming you think they might be useful for. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching.